9 Americans, 6 children incinerated in a car by the Mexican cartels. Trump says he's willing to wage war. And this is the war that we need to fight. Not the one millions of miles away. No, the ones that actually affect our citizens and our people and are right here on our borders. So I'm sorry you people are out there sobbing about the Kurds, but it's time to put America first. And that entails protecting our borders and our own citizens. Okay, so we've got 9 Americans who came under attack in a highway ambush in a Mexican border state on Monday. And I want you to take a look at the carnage.
This is for the record. Nita and 4 of my grandchildren are burnt and shot up.
And so the president tweeted about this. A wonderful family and friends from Utah got caught between 2 vicious drug cartels who were shooting at each other, with the result being many great American people killed, including young children and some missing. Mexico needs or requests help in cleaning out these monsters. The United States stands ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and effectively. The great new president of Mexico has made this a big issue, but the cartels have become so large and powerful that sometimes you need an army to defeat an army. How do you like that one, Brian Stelter? Now, the White House brief couldn't confirm the killings at the time of this taping, but the FBI has in fact opened up an investigation into these killings. Now, these killings reportedly happened near the town of Pavispe, and that's about 100 miles south of the Arizona border. And the victims reportedly had all left their community at the same time in 3 separate cars, and some were going back to the US, and some were going to a neighboring town for a wedding. And then all of a sudden, the convoy was sprayed with gunfire. And the family says there were so many rounds that one of the cars exploded, which is what you saw in that video. Now, this family is from something called the La Mora Settlement, which is an offshoot of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka the Mormon Church. And the victims reportedly all belonged to this Mormon-based community in northern Mexico. Some of the children, it appears, survived, but they had gunshot wounds, and they were found by their relatives, and now they remain in the hospital. And here's what the victims' aunt has to say.
I was so angry. It's so angry and yet so sad. It was horrifying. All we could do was immediately start thinking positive and praying at the same time that we were all devastated and very emotional. And it's something that you can't explain, how there's evil people in this world that could do such a thing like that.
Indeed, there are evil people in this world, and we need to be protected from them. And that's what the government should be doing, because this is the kind of violence that happens often on our border. And we have a Congress who refuses to enforce it because they want to impeach 45. They want to impeach a president who said he would build a wall. I mean, if that's not the most perverse thing ever, I don't know what is. These people are mad that Hillary Clinton didn't win the election, so they want to risk opening up Americans to this kind of violence because they're upset that the duly elected president is in office and that the election didn't go the way they wanted. And there are also things that Trump could be doing, I think, because we just heard that Trump considered appointing a guy named Chad Wolf, who it appears is an opponent to the president's agenda. And the president is appointing this man to head the DHS. Quote, as the president has said, Kevin McAleenan has done a tremendous job. He'll be leaving after Veterans Day, and after he departs, Chad Wolf will serve as acting secretary in the interim, Hogan Gidley, the deputy press secretary, told reporters. Okay, so let's look at who the president has appointed as his heads and acting heads of Homeland Security, because you had Christian Nielsen, you had Kevin McAleenan, and I'm not sure they shared the president's views on immigration. However, at the same time, it doesn't really matter who he appoints at the end of the day because they have to follow the existing laws. So Congress, because Trump is not a king, Congress has to get off their ass and do their job and pass legislation that would allow Homeland Security to keep, the homeland secure. So Congress is 100% the culprit. They have failed in their number one duty to protect the American people. And the president also needs to put people around him who believe in America first, who believe in Trump's America first agenda. Because you can tell the president's instincts are right. His instincts, putting our men's lives on the line for the communist Kurds? Remind me how that makes sense. Remind me how that makes any bit of sense. But securing our border from the Mexican drug cartels who explode cars like the ones you saw in that video? That's very bad. Remind me how it makes sense not to put troops on our borders for that. I mean, this is such common sense stuff, but Washington doesn't have any common sense. Washington has become so embroiled in itself and in its own power and so vain that it has lost its vision as to what actually makes sense and what doesn't. And the people in this town have quit working for you. They're working for themselves. Impeach Trump. You talk to everyday people in America, they love Donald Trump. It's why he won the election. But then you've got these pussy hat wearing fools running around the halls of Congress who are running the show, and they are the ones who are failing you. They are failing the American people. They are not protecting you. They are not spending your money wisely. They are not looking after your interests, and they are destroying your communities. And if you're not infuriated about that, then you don't care about your country. If you're one of these libs who think impeach 45 is more important than protecting against the Mexican drug cartels, then you're a traitor to your nation. The American people, we the people, is whom our government should be looking after. And they have utterly failed in their duty to do so. And I think a lot more of us should be outraged about it.